Hi everyone, this is Zach with Plume Security, and today we want to look at RansomStop versus Play Ransomware. This is one of the series where we actually detonate live ransomware and see how it goes against RansomStop to show you what you can do to help protect yourself. So the spotlight today is on Play Ransomware, and here's a little write-up from Mox 5. By the way, if you shout out to Mox 5, if you ever need some incident response, I would definitely look at contacting them first, and because they can definitely help you out. That's what they do all day, every day. So we can look at Play, and it's been active for years. And it's still active in 2025 as this alert came out in August. But they have quite a lot of victims, more than 900 victims. Some of these are quite big. You can actually look at where they, what verticals they're hitting, a lot of manufacturing, construction, retail, technology, and professional services. So they're believed to be a Russian-based group. And for years, they've been successful at what they're doing. And so let's see how this goes. What do we have here? So here's what I downloaded. Here's a version of this I downloaded, and I'll have to actually rename this to .exe. That's the hash of the file. So if we look it up on VirusTotal, for example, this is it's a known version of it. And so definitely bad. So I think, let's just kick it off and see how it goes. I am going to run this as administrator because what's the worst thing that can happen? And then we will see what happens. So one thing first, I actually have to check my policy and make sure that they were on this guy. And it's in enforced policy, so that's a good sign. So we're going to go ahead and run this. And yes, let's do this as admin. Adds to the fun. So probably, I'll pull up Task Manager here. Hopefully we'll see something running. Okay, here we go. So it's definitely running. So hopefully I'd expect to see something relatively quickly here. And maybe we can look at the files to see if we see anything being encrypted. I don't see anything yet. We've got a bunch of sort of generic files sitting around on the file system so we can see what actually happens. And so far, I'm not seeing any encryption. Oh, and there it goes. So that was RansomStop responding to the ransomware attack. It took a few seconds there, but when it did a number of things. It would have suspended the user account, would have disconnected the RDP session, would have killed that local executable, the ransomware, from actually running. And it's going to tell us, give us all the alerts of what happens. It actually will start summarizing some of this. We don't want to get 10,000 alerts in your dashboard from one single attack. So after the first 5, it will actually suppress them and then just give you summary ones periodically. So I think I can... that account's going to be locked out. So this time I'm going to log into the same machine as an administrator. And this should be the same machine. And what you'll notice is really everything is probably going to be intact here. I don't see anything encrypted so far. We do know from looking at the alerts, there were some files encrypted. There's a few files encrypted. So what is this? In C files directory, it looks like. So C files. There's some files encrypted. Okay, quite a few files were encrypted here. And so it started its attack. It got through like looks like part of the first folder. And then we were able to kill that process, log off the user, suspend the compromised user account. So for example, if we look at the user list, so I was logged in the first time when we ran it, I was logged in as victim, and you can see now that account is disabled. This is a local account. If it had been an AD account, we can suspend those as well, in which case those compromised credentials couldn't be used to attack other machines or laterally move around the network because it would be locked out on the AD level. But this is a local account, so that cannot be used to attack this machine again. If it's a remote attack, like a remote encryption attack over SMB or something like that, like a network share, we can also block the IP address. That's automatic as well. We will actually take the attacker's IP address and put it in the host firewall as we disconnect it, so that no inbound or outbound traffic can go to the attacking machine. And as we see here, in a little while, we will actually get an indication that the attack is finished, or that we stopped it actually. Right, so we successfully stopped it. You can see there were a number of files encrypted here, but overall the machine is relatively unharmed, and most of it's functional. We lost about half the files in one directory before being able to stop it. So you get a whole list of all those files. In here, we can actually see the affected files here, and so we have a list of all the affected files, so that when it comes to restoring, you can actually see those files and restore them easily. And because you have when the attack started to when the attack ended, you have a definite time frame of when that activity happened. That is RansomStop versus Play Ransomware. If you'd like to find out more, please go to RansomStop.com, and thank you for your time today.